You Compliments my fly, and when it goes down, I know she gon' ride. I finally got somebody I can call mine.
Music licensing reimagined.
I got a girl that compliments my fly, and when it goes down, I know she gon' ride. I finally got somebody I can call mine. My one time for the one time. Love the one.
Was everybody, what's going on? Sorry about the technical difficulties, man. This has been crazy. I had to shut everything down and reboot everything, but man, appreciate everybody for sticking around, man. I'm sorry about that, man. It's been a crazy day. So what's up, guys? So man, today we're gonna have a great show. My name is James. My wife's name is Lady Di. She probably gonna be popping in, hopefully. So we'll see if she's up for it. So she's kind of giving having a mental break, you know what I mean, from the YouTube spaces and stuff. So you guys gonna be seeing me for hopefully a couple of weeks, and so she can get things done around the house and stuff that she want to do. But I got a great topic today, man. So we're going to be asking the question: are you single by choice or by force? Right. So, and I think a lot of people, when they hear this topic, they get confused. A lot of people get in defensive mechanism, and they trying to, you know what I mean, make it sound, you know what I mean, sound good, or you know what I mean. Most of them sound like this.
Been delusional, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So we're gonna go through it. You know what I mean. I know a lot of the guys they probably gonna be right with me on this topic, whatever. So and it's just to give some wisdom to the ladies, you know what I mean, or the men that's thinking this is have this mindset and stuff like that, because you know what I mean. A lot of times we like to think that being isolated is good for us, but a lot of times it's not, because if you was on the island by yourself, you'll be like, well, I forgot the name of that movie. I always forget that name of the damn movie. But when the guy went crazy, then the soccer ball became his best friend and stuff like that. But you know what I mean. So we're gonna get into the topic, guys. Get into the videos, man. Let me see the comment section. Hey, brother James, what's up, man? Appreciate it for being here, man. Got the same name. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? We got our name means kind of similar to Jacob. I mean, he'll grab us, so he'll catch or whatever. But all right, let's get on to it, man. Let me see.
A lot of people would not understand this philosophy, but fuck it. I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not gonna just be with anybody on a romantic.
All right, so a lot of times, a lot of people. So when the first thing she's saying, right, she's not gonna be with just anybody, right? All right, cool. We understand that, duh. You know what I mean? Nobody just don't want to be with anybody. You know what I mean? But let's listen what she got to say to finish.
Level for the sake of love. Love is truly the bare minimum when you love yourself. Over here.
And I think, man, honestly, with this, I love you, Sam. I'm pausing the video a lot because we got some music in the background, so it's probably gonna be copyrighted. But I'm trying to stop that from happening. Hey, what's up, y'all? But no, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Love is a good thing. Once you find somebody that loves you, that's very important. That's not bare minimal. It's you rarely find somebody that truly loves you and truly care about you, especially in this lifetime. It's not too many people that's going to be able to love you and care for you. So we got to stop making that seem like that's not a big thing, because when you actually got somebody that care with you, that rock with you, you always respect that person. You always make sure you go to that person. So let's keep going.
We look at character. We smell your aura. We pay attention to your energy signature.
So yeah, okay. The energy. I think we be putting all these fucking terms for no reason, but the character should have been good enough.
Are you a liability or an asset? Are you adding value or you subtracting?
And honestly, that can be in any situation, right? Because you can say your kids are a liability, right? You know what I mean? Because they adding value to you. Yeah, you might be happy and stuff like that with them because you help them grow. But a lot of the things you have to do for your kids, they most likely is a liability. You know what I'm saying? If we thinking about it realistically, but you know, in the future that they can be asset if you know what I mean they do the right things and they make sure they you know what I mean they there for you and stuff like that, and you make sure you listen and all that type of stuff, right? So we can't always look at people just the way we can use them, right? We got to actually want to be with people and do the right thing because we actually want to do it. You know what I mean? So, and that's what guys too, because a lot of guys like to say, I want a woman that's going to be a liability. Yeah, that's cool. It sounds good, whatever, right? But do you want just a woman to be doing something because she wants to be an asset to you, or you want her just to actually do it out of the careness of her heart? You know what I mean? So we have to actually think of those things, because I would prefer somebody do it from the kindness of their heart. That's just them, rather than just say, hey, let me make sure I'm an asset to him. Because eventually that shit can change. She can like, hey, I don't want to be an asset to him no more. And then she out the door. She gone.
You know, we pay attention to all that. Because what does love got to do with it? I love everybody, but I ain't going to spend majority of my time with you.
And that's the problem, right? So she said she love everybody. I don't love everybody. I'm going to let y'all know that now. I don't know where they got that shit from, that you can just love everybody. No, I don't. You know what I mean? It's only a certain amount of people that I give that reference to. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think we can respect people, but love is a different meaning. You know what I'm saying? So, in people in the scriptures, they understand what I'm talking about. Whatever, you love the brothers and sisters that keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? But that's another topic.
Something that always sends me is how unmarried single women are literally the happiest subgroup in society, and yet people still say shit like, well, with that attitude, you'll never find a man.
So she's saying that unmarried women are the most happiest people on this planet, right? So if that's the case, why do most people push for a relationship if they are the most happy in a relationship or without being in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of that's like me saying that I would be more happy if we didn't have we had dirt roads and stuff like that. Like, no, I'm glad that we got paved roads and different things that I can use to help better myself, right? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people we got so far away from this, you know what I mean, that it's crazy. It said it's Genesis 2 and 18. It says the Lord God said it's not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him, right? You know what I mean? This basic scripture. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't good. A lot of people like to say, oh, well, that was just talking about the man. You know, so women can be alone, but a man can't. No, that's not saying that, because he understood that both are going to need each other. We the yin and the yang. We complement each other, right? So how can you just say, hey, a man is not good to be alone, and a woman it can be alone? That sounds stupid, right? Because we need each other. If the man needs her, that means she's going to need him, because they're going to do certain things for each other to help foster a good relationship. Look how far we got in civilization now, because we had men and women. You know what I mean? So we have to actually use our brain and not just try to make a point, rather just trying to be right. It's not good for people to be single, because if that's the case, you won't be sleeping around with other random guys all the time, or you won't be trying to getting your needs met with this guy or a couple times a week. These women are not virgins, or these women are they messing around with people. So if you didn't need no man, why are you sleeping around? Why you got this guy you can call up to come change your tire and all that shit if you don't need nobody? You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get away from the BS. Just try to be right.
As though it's the worst thing in the world that can happen. Like, don't threaten me with a good time.
Nowadays, women are single by choice. It is so easy for y'all to get a man. You can walk down the street and a motherfucker will be like, hey, you! The problem is getting a good one.
And that's my whole entire point of why I made this show, right? So a lot of them saying they single by choice, right? And then, like the guy said, and he's talking about a good one. So I think it's by force, because if you ain't on a good person, that means you're still wanting the relationship. So that's not of your choice at all. You would want to choose a good man. You just ain't found them yet. So I think that's by force, because if you did have somebody that you cared about, or you felt that was good or on your level, or whatever words they like to say, you know what I mean? Then you will be in that relationship. So to me, that's not by choice. It's by force, right? Because if you did have that person, you will get in a relationship. So you can't say it's by choice, but you still looking for a good man. If that's the case, you wouldn't be looking for nobody at all. You just be sitting around being single and being fucking lonely and being okay with that. And you won't be trying to get your needs met, getting your little itch scratch. Men or women, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, what up, Chris? What's going on, brother? Yeah, exactly. It's not by choice, because you just like the first girl, they waiting on the right person. It can't be I'm waiting on the right person and then I'm single by choice. No, you single by force until you get that right person.
That's the problem.
A video that went viral recently about how women are prioritizing peace over low-grade, low-effort relationships with men. And the number one...
And this just disgusts me, man. So, and the sad part about this is that a lot of the women today are saying exactly what the men are saying. They like, and I don't have no hatred in my bone for women at all, but it sounds like y'all trying to be like men so bad. Just like how a lot of the ladies said that these men with the drizzle movement are trying to sound like women, which I would agree, you know what I mean? Because that's exactly what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? A lot of the ladies are trying to sound like men. The men always say, hey, I just want peace. I want peace. I want peace. Now, but come on now. This is what's going on. You acting just like how the men are. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, y'all not us. We're not y'all. We have to hold each other to the standard that we want and what we need. We don't need us to be doing the same stuff. It's just confusing.
One comment that I got from men was, well, fine, if you can live without us, we're just not going to protect you anymore. So first of all, who exactly are you protecting us from? Is it Sarah that we're afraid is going to break into our home and assault us? Or is...
And this is another point that I wanted to attack, right? So a lot of the ladies say, hey, we only need protection from men, right? All right, so say if men were out of the equation, right? then it would just be a group of women that would come and start attacking people because they understand that it's nobody's going to stop them, right? It's always going to be some bigger, badder on the campus that's going to impose their will. If men are gone, it's always going to be something. A woman, it's going to be a group of women that's going to take charge. Y'all act like it's women that's not in jail. Y'all act like women that's not committing crimes, right? It's just only the men. No, both of us got people that's messed up. You know what I'm saying? And so it's going to be the men. I don't commit crimes, but it's going to be other men that's going to commit crimes, right? And the women are scared, even those dykes. I'm legally blind. She was a damn dyke, stuff like that, whatever. But when she was getting arrested, she was talking about, hey, don't rough me up. I'm a female. So she understood her pecking order. These dykes understand what their role is. They understand that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to think about that, right? Y'all think, oh, okay, men are gone. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's men that protect y'all, and it's men that might scare y'all, and it's women that the domestic violence rate in women are high too as well. It's actually the highest. You know what I'm saying? So I hate when I hear this argument of, well, if all the men gone, we don't need no protection. No, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's still animals out there. It's still the environment that need to be worked on and things that need to be created. And that's what we depend on men, me and myself included. You know what I'm saying? So come on now, let's go. Hey, what's up, Travel One? Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Qualities to be. Yeah, man. Exactly.
Is it men? Is it men that you're protecting us from? Secondly, when women say that we'd rather have...
It's men and women and animals, and there's a whole bunch of shit that y'all don't want to do. Let's be honest when we have these conversations.
Peace and safety. We're not talking about physical safety. We're talking about emotional safety. The reason there is an epidemic of lonely, depressed men is because women would rather be alone than in an emotionally unsafe relationship. I feel that we're an emotional...
No, I think that's why it's a lot of depressed men, is because a lot of men try to appease a lot of women, right? So we've been taught this happy wife, happy life. We've been taught that, hey, you got to make sure you do everything to make her happy. And I told, even like me being in the military, I was telling some of my friends and even different races and stuff like that, hey, bro, stop giving her everything she wants. She's not going to love you for that. She's actually going to despise you, right? They end up getting divorced later. You know what I'm saying? And she moved back into a mom house. You know what I'm saying? Because she wanted to continue to get baby. You know what I'm saying? So we as men been taught wrong, and then now we're not doing our leadership duties because we're not thinking of or looking at this as, hey, this basically a mind game that's going on between men and women today. So you got to understand how to play the game, so you can understand how to get it to her, so she can help her to think correctly, because this society has taught her lies. You know what I'm saying? Just like they taught us lies, they taught her lies too as well. We're not enemies. You know what I mean? We're supposed to actually be together, whatever, working this stuff out. But they want us to continue to be slaves, so that's how they have to do it. You know what I mean? So let's think about it.
When we can't be vulnerable and express how we feel, or being constantly criticized or put down or ignored. Or all the men run to the comments and say, well, we want to be valued too. Yes, and you deserve that. But why are 72% of divorces initiated by women?
And that's another thing, right? So she said 72% of divorces are initiated by women, right? What they need to do is do a stat of what's the percentage of women that regret having a divorce. Out of that 72%, what's the percentage of women regret having a divorce? And you can do that poll 5 or 10 years later. You know what I'm saying? So after divorce, you know what I mean, you can poll all the women that got a divorce and blah, 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 5 or 10 years later. And then you ask them that same question. What percentage of y'all would have stayed in y'all first that marriage? And then now it won't be as high of a number, because you already know. I already know about 20-30% is going to say, damn, yeah, I should have stayed. It wasn't none out here in these streets. I made a mistake when I divorced him. It was over some petty. It was over something small, right? So now we under the 50% of women filing for divorce. You know what I'm saying? So we have to think about that too as well.
Why statistically are women thriving in singledom and men are not, is because women en masse are willing to put in the work, be self-reflective, and do what it takes to show up, and men simply are not.
So women are thriving in being single. So they're getting passed around and having sex with a lot of men. I'm not saying all of women are doing this, right? But majority, this is what they do, especially after they get a divorce. They get out there, get wild, they go have sex with a whole bunch of different guys. And then they realize, like, damn, I'm throwing my value away. And then now, you know what I mean, I'm screwed. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. Chris said that's right, Jay. Said a lot of women and men unhealed from these traumatic pasts. Exactly, man. And this is what we're doing. 65% already regret leaving their marriage, conducted by Pew Research. Damn. See, that's what I'm saying. So if 72 of them percent file, you know what I'm saying? So out of that 72, he said 65% of them saying, hey, they wish they would have stayed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I never seen that. So I'm not really a stats guy like that, whatever. But, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, I talk to women that regret getting a divorce. You know what I mean? So I understand that this shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, man. We love to hang on that one stat of how many women filed for divorce, but how many of them regret doing it? How many of them was actually cheating on their man before they did it? You know what I'm saying? Now they left their man to go with another guy. And then, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different things that's going on. And then after they got the divorce, that man didn't want her no more because he just wanted the three of them taking another man's woman. You know what I mean? It's the stuff we got to think about.
Fellas, you ever hear women?
All right, so this is my boy Bruiser, man. You know what I mean? So please subscribe to his channel. You know, his channel is up there. This is TikTok, man. So it's my brother right here.
Say, I am single by choice. It doesn't make any sense. Trust me, I know. By the end of this video, you'll know the truth behind women who say they're staying single by choice. So, the man she desires doesn't want her. She can't find men who earn enough for the lifestyle she wants while still having to work and pay significant bills.
And this is the point, right? So a lot of times, man, I was talking to my wife about this like a month ago, or probably a couple weeks ago. I was saying, dude, women are more concerned with the lifestyle rather than the actual man. You know what I mean? Because I was just thinking about, I was like, yo, like if the lifestyle is them going on vacation, them having a nice house, and like my wife, man, honestly, I made so much money, or well, I should say, we made so much money in this relationship because my wife was willing to get to a house like our first house that we bought. It was foreclosed, right? So since it was foreclosed on, people that invest in real estate, they know that it's a killing, right? So I could have, man, I bought the house, man. A couple of weeks later, my realtor said, "Hey, you can sell this house right now and make $15,000 if you want to." And I said, "No, you know what I mean? We're gonna stay." You know what I'm saying? This is just, I bought the house, boom. 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, hey, you can sell it right now and make 15 grand. You ready? And that's paying all closing costs, because I think I was up by like 30 grand. So that's paying everything and all the closing costs and all that type of stuff that's associated with it. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, no, I'm gonna stay in there. We stayed in the house for 3 years, and then we ended up selling it, and we made probably quadruple that amount that she was trying to, probably over that, but of what she wanted to do. But this is the house that needed a little work. You know what I mean? So just a woman with that mindset, y'all don't understand, like, not worried too much about the lifestyle, that's willing to budget, that's willing to plan. You know what I mean? Y'all don't understand how much money y'all leaving on the table because you're not thinking about that type of stuff. But
this woman is average at best, and the men she thinks she can get when she steps out with her BBL, lip injections, breast implants, excessively long lashes, Japanese cherry blossom body spray, everyday waist trainer, lace front, double chin, and French manicure only care to increase her body count. Be cautious of women who are self-improving. They will continue to bust it open. Once she's qualified for you, she'll have her preferred sex position, flowers, restaurants, deal breakers, and at least 10,000 followers. So, translation: I'm slutting till Mr. Right comes.
And that's a bad deal, women. So if you're doing this, please, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to be perfect, but hey, just think about these decisions that you're making, because especially if a man of quality finds this out, he's not going to want you, right? And I want good women to get with good men, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you're not a good woman at this period of time, if you're doing things that you're not supposed to do, you know what I mean? You can always change. You know what I mean? We always there once period of time, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? So if men or women are doing things they don't supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? We got to change it. You know what I mean? If you want the good results, you have to do good things to get the good results. You know what I'm saying? You can't cheat your whole way through life and then expect to have a award at the end. You know what I'm saying? We got to think about that stuff.
See you on the next one.
This young lady.
All right, so now we have an older woman speaking, right? And I think this is where we feeling at in our community too. This is huge, right? So this is what our women is supposed to be doing, and I want y'all to listen to what she's saying, right? So this is the aged woman, right? This is Titus 2. This is the aged woman likewise, that they be in the behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers. So not be lying on people or gossiping all the damn time, not giving to much wine, so not be drinking so much and everything. Teachers of good things, right? So not being out here being a 3 or 4 or whatever they like to say, right? That they may teach the younger women to be sober. So you're supposed to be teaching women, right? The younger ones to love their husbands, right? We have people talking about that the women shouldn't love their husbands. The man's supposed to love her, but she shouldn't love him. This shit's weird. But said to love their husbands, to love their children, right? So this is what the aged women should be teaching, right? But let's see what the aged women are teaching and coming from her. Crazy.
Talking about middle-aged women and we mad, mean, miserable, and lonely, right? And that we missed our opportunity to have a good man, and that's why we out here, we just lonely. First of all, let me just clear something up, right? Majority of us middle-aged women, because I consider myself a middle-aged woman, I'm 46 years old. A lot of us are single by choice. Not because we missed our opportunity, but just for the simple fact that the caliber of men that's out here now, to me, in my opinion, are not even worth dating or having a relationship with.
All right, so you just contradicted yourself, right? So you're saying the caliber of men are not worthy out here dating now, but you had your opportunity in the past to get that quality man, but now you waited, and then now you still want to blame men, right? That's like me blaming women. That's like me out here sleeping with hundreds and 400-500 body count and stuff like that, 600 women and stuff like that, and then I get in my 50s. Now all of a sudden I want to settle down, and then I get on the internet and complain about women ain't shit. No, that's my fault, right? Because I was the one that didn't. I can tell if you got married at a young age, you tried it, you know what I'm saying, things didn't work out or blah, blah, blah. All right, you know what I'm saying, I can give you a little bit more grace, you know what I'm saying, but I still try to get some details in that conversation or see what the hell going on. But you didn't even much try. You were just out here just going crazy. And then probably using men or doing things, doing men dirty and stuff like that, whatever. And then now you think you're gonna get a good reward at the end. So it's crazy.
And the fact that a lot of you young girls, because a lot of y'all are 20 years younger than me, but you look like you're my age. And that's because you living hard. You know, you doing the age that you are now versus the age we were back then. You all are doing way more for way less with these men. Namely, big difference in the mentality of the men when I was your age versus the mentality of the men now that you all are with. We're not missing out on nothing. You know what I mean? You all are the ones that's out here feeling, you know, the pressures of social media. So you out here, posting flowers that you bought for yourself. You done took a trip that you paid for on your credit card. You still waiting on him to pay your credit card off.
So she said the men back in the day were better than the men that's currently, right? But she didn't settle down with the good men back then. But now she want to talk shit about the men now.
We didn't have to do all of that. See, the men back in my day, you know, when I was your age, they put us in cars, paid cash for cars, put us in cars, put us in cribs. If we already had our own apartment, they paid to rent up for 6 months. You ain't not.
They did all this. They did all that, and then you still didn't want them. You still didn't say. Oh my God. You still didn't say, hey, I want to be with them. You still didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? She gonna need some new. She needs some damn new tires. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? So this is crazy, man. But hit that like button, y'all.
This nigga crazy.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So it was her fault the whole time of being in this situation of this, right? You can't talk shit about the men now when you had the good men that you talking about that you wanted. Let's go.
Getting that, but you claim that we mad and miserable and lonely. We deal with men when we feel like it. You all feel this social pressure from social media to post all of this fake narrative like you in this happy relationship.
Trav, you agree with this woman? You said women are single by choice. Who asked the woman to marry the man? So that means it's not by choice then. If the man asking you to marry, that means it's somebody else that has the that's them. That's their choice to marry you. So you don't have the choice. You think about force. If somebody else has to do something for you or do it, you don't have any power in that situation. So it's by force. You know what I'm saying? I just can't go and take the neighbor's house because I don't have control over that. So if men have control over being who is getting married and all that stuff, y'all single by force. He said the women can say can't say no. A single woman is free. It doesn't mean she is loose. Also, black men tell black men not to date because a black woman wears wigs and lashes. Yeah, I don't know about that. I know men prefer natural, but a lot of men grew up with their mom wearing weaves and lashes. You know what I'm saying? So luckily my mom was natural, so I made sure I got me a natural woman, and I told her like, hey, I prefer that. You know what I mean? She's okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, she do look good for 46, but I think that's what she's trying to compete with these younger women, rather than rather than trying to teach them. It's shit's crazy. You're supposed to be teaching them how to be a better woman so you can attract the good men. But she's like, no, fuck that. You got to use these women like I use these men how I use them. Crazy.
Us older, like us middle-aged women, we know how to get, what we need and push them on to the side, tell them to get gone. Y'all want to move them in,
We know what to get what we need and push them to the side. So we know how to use men. So this is the aged woman. This is the aged woman teaching the younger women, right? So we can't be too mad at the younger the young women of today, because we got to understand where they come from. So we got to give them some grace, and to tell them like, hey, show them videos of what's going on, and look at her. Do you want to be in this situation at 46 talking like this? If you want to be that means you don't need to be with me. You know what I'm saying? So us men, we have to have these type of conversations, especially when you in the early when you first meet a woman. You know what I'm saying? That can save you. You know what I'm saying? So let's be real now.
Let him sleep, in a house that you got on your own. He's not even contributing. He's not paying no bills, really. You footing the whole.
Why you dealing with a man like that? That's not a man. Come on, man. Most guys got their shit together. Most men are in the middle class, especially black.
Whole relationship, but the fact that you can be on pictures with this man, and I'm gonna tell you something else. All the stuff that you post and everything that you got, that you claiming that he bought.
So why didn't men from back in the day want her when she was younger? Exactly. And they probably did want her because she's young, because she probably looked a certain type of way. She probably was a little bit weighed a lot less too. Exactly. So she probably looked younger back then. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't want to be kept. She want to be out here in the streets. Now she's teaching other women to do that. You know, she's full of it. A woman doesn't know how to use a man. Yeah, it's crazy.
But you really bought yourself. You ain't doing shit but giving him the attention of about 10, 20 other women because they feeling like he didn't bought this for you. He could do it for them. You giving these men way more action and attention than if you were just to fuck with him on your time and terms and keep him a secret and let him get on about his business. We don't feel that need.
Keep him a secret. You're my little secret. And that's what we should keep it, huh? This is what they was preaching back in the day, and she drank the Kool-Aid. And she's still 46, and she probably thinking she can pull so many men and all this type of stuff and continue to use. But all that type of stuff, that stuff runs out. Eventually, that stuff gonna get old. So what are you gonna do when that happens? You know what I mean? A lot of times, this is what men do a lot. We plan for the future. You know what I'm saying? That's why my kids got their college and stuff taken care of. My wife got her stuff situated. If something happened to me, she's good for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in my 30s. This stuff is already taken care of. You know what I mean? But a lot of the women are not thinking about that. If you ask her, I bet none of her kids got her college paid off. They probably had to pay it themselves. But she'll tell you she used a man. She used men all the time. Right? If my wife was in her situation, she would look at her situation and her situation she in now, and she'd be gladly to stay in the situation she in now. Because we have potential. We still growing, right? She still got another 10, 12 years on me. And I already know she didn't experience the things I experienced or got as many properties and different things that that we've been able to do. You know what I'm saying? So This is the mindset. We working together. She working by herself and 20 other men that she's trying to use. And she's teaching younger girls to do this. Right? So men, when we see these young women that's trying to do this, we either got to teach them like, hey, you don't need to be doing that. And look at the examples. You want to be in this type of situation. And like I said, if they prefer to be in that situation, you got to get up out of there. But you try to help them if you can.
To do that. We get what we need from them because we, you know, at the end of the day, we all know the best action or the best sex comes from the worst type of man.
The best sex. So it's about sex, right? She told you the best sex comes from the worst type men, right? It's because of the mental. All right. So when women in sex, right? A lot of guys know this, right? It's about how they feeling, right? So they can get with a guy with a smaller thing than you and all that type of stuff, and they can have a better time with him. It's not about the size, it's about how they feel about you, right? So it's not the fact that the crazy guy or the bad guy gets the best sex. It's because you look at it as a thrill. So if you look at your man or the nerdy guy as a thrill, the sex will be better. All that shit is mental to y'all. It's crazy. Y'all just got a hold.
Make video circulate.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, she only date Fugas. Exactly. And then now she brought that's like me just dating all these ratchet ass women, then I just call all women ratchet. It's fucking stupid. No, it's crazy. It says in the dating market, I have more side chicks than when I was courting back in the day. Yeah, man, and it's sad that they even have that, right? Oh, that's another verse I should have put up. It says, "Shall be no whore the daughters of Zion." You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? We shouldn't even much have any. You know what I mean? Any of those type of women, and especially in ours. You know what I mean? So, hey, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Appreciate it for being here. Yeah, man, always showing love. But yeah, man, we shouldn't even much have those type of women in our society. You know what I mean? Especially in our community. You know what I mean? Not the daughters of Zion. It's that hard to get married, so black men need to stop bashing women. Period. So if people that was murderers got married or was having a successful relationship, we should stop telling them to stop murdering and committing crimes or burglars. So people that was robbing people, we should say, hey, well, since like she said, like the bad men have the best sex in the last video, so we should say, hey man, stop being continue to be bad because women are getting a lot of good stuff from you guys. No, that's not how that works. It's not logical. You got to be better, Travel. You know what I'm saying? We can't just say, oh, since a bad woman gets married, that means it's okay. It's still bad men that gets married too, right? Come on, we got to do better than that. But got the Godfather. What's up? See what he's talking about.
Not single by choice. Your choices have made you single, but you're not single by choice.
That was a bar. Let me go back.
Video circulate.
You're not single by choice. Your choices have made you single, but you're not single by choice. Why do we know you're not single by choice? Because you keep dragging yourself over here to argue in these comment sections.
Exactly. And you see all the trends about the dating and stuff like that. Men are trash, men ain't this, or women ain't this, but we always there. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand that, hey, we want these relationships. We want things to get better. We want to be with somebody, right? But you're not going to be able to get that with that negative attitude. So we got to first fix ourselves. That's why it says not to judge people, but you got to take the mote out your eye so you can see clearly to judge somebody else, right? I don't have no mote in my eye, so I can judge other people. You know what I'm saying? I already have my wife. I already got my stuff situated. You know what I'm saying? So the brothers that got they shit together and stuff like that, we can tell you, hey, like I tell some of my brothers, hey, bro, you messing up. You know what I'm saying? And then they can look at me too and say, hey, bro, you messing up, man. Chill out. That ain't that serious. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you have to make sure you ain't doing no bullshit, or you're not on no bullshit first, or you try to fix the issues that you got so you can be a better person. But a lot of people are not doing that because they just want to be in these spaces. They want to argue. They want to get their little masculine energy You know, because mostly be the women that want to argue all the time. You know what I'm saying? But you have a select few men that does it, but it's not majority.
Would you believe how many women I've had in my chat room talking about I got this man, I got that man. I'm dating this guy and I'm dating that guy. And I'm like, girl, do you realize I can see you? I mean, you do realize I can see you. When your face takes up the avatar.
And this is another thing too, right? Everywhere I go, every person I talk to, because I actually talk to people in real life about this, and I actually tell them my feelings on what I think about this situation, right? They always say, I got all these guys that's after me. I never cease to amaze me how many women they say they got all these men after them, right? But they're not in no serious relationship. Nobody's actually, you know what I mean, actually trying to take care of them, willing to die for them, to help them through life and giving them wisdom and guidance and stuff, because that's what women say they want, right? So if you don't have that, you can't say I got all these men around me, because it doesn't matter, right? That's like me saying I got a whole bunch of sheep around me, but I'm not a fucking I'm not, they're not mine. They're not my sheep. So why the fuck does it matter if they're around me or not? They wild.
Knock it off, sis.
A little dating hack for all my people in the dating game who have never been in a relationship before, okay? Because I've been hearing some things from some of my friends, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, all right? Please tell me why I'm hearing that on, first, second dates with a guy. Girls are just straight up being like, yeah, I'm like 25 years old. I've never been in a relationship before. Like, I guess no guy has ever just really liked me back, or, I just have the...
Yeah, 25 years old and never been in a relationship. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And this is kind of, I think this is one of the issues with the dating market too, because with the lack of experience, a lot of people are not putting themselves out of there because it's the digital age and all that stuff, and people are being very awkward when it comes down to being in relationships. So we got to understand, like, yo, it's a lot of people that's not going to be seasoned, and some people, they never been in a relationship, whatever, but they got a high ass body count too. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta do better with this stuff. Let's hear what Rushy got to say.
Worst luck in dating. No. Why are you telling them that? And I'm not saying by any means you have to like sit there and lie and be like, oh yeah, like I've been in plenty of relationships. No, you can straight up say like, oh yeah, like I've never been in a relationship before. That's not the problem. The problem arrives in the reasons as to why you have been single, okay? And why you just haven't been in a relationship this whole time. I've said it plenty full of times on here, but I promise you, it's the narrative, you guys, okay? Like, you control your own narrative. Why would you be on a first date with a guy being like, oh yeah, like, no boys ever seem to like me. Like, he's just gonna take that and run with it. Okay, like, this bitch is dumb as fuck. Like, I could give her, the smallest little amounts of affirmation and I can get probably whatever I want out of her because she's never had anything good.
That's fact. That's a fact. She's speaking facts right there. Let's keep saying she continues to speak facts.
Right? Whereas the proper response would be like, oh yeah, I've never been in a relationship before. Like, I don't know, I just haven't found somebody who checks all my boxes, or I haven't found somebody that I consider, boyfriend, girlfriend material yet. Like, I'm being patient until I find, the right person. Like, that's hot. Okay? Like, that makes me think like, damn, this bitch has got standards. Like, I gotta...
Exactly. And it shows that you're just not going to settle for anything. So now if a man is on some BS, he might be like, I'm not going to waste my time with her because I understand I'm not going to be able to get in her pants. Or, you can weed out the type of men that you don't want, right? You know what I mean? So if you don't want to just have a man that want to have a good time with you, this is what you can do. You know what I mean? So she's spinning bars. Let's see.
Actually, like, step it up if I want to keep seeing her. Because just think about it. If hypothetically this person from the first date already had bad intentions, right? Like, maybe they really weren't only taking you on a date to sleep with you, or they weren't really planning on taking you seriously. The second that they hear that, like, oh, this girl tends to fall for people that don't really like her back, or, tries for guys that, aren't really taking her seriously, but she continues seeing them, they're gonna know, like, okay, this bitch is easy to manipulate. Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want with her. Even just the idea that you settle for low standards means that they're not gonna have to do much moving forward, and you're just gonna sit there and, cuddle them, do whatever you want just because you might like them, or they might be feeding you like the tiniest bits of validation. I'm telling you, you're going to see a huge difference in the way that guys treat you and approach you when you switch that narrative, okay? Like, when you're putting yourself on the pedestal looking at him like, oh yeah, like, I've been single by choice. Like, I haven't met somebody that's made it worth it.
And that's when you fucked up, when you said that. You ain't damn single by choice. It's by force, goddamn, because you ain't found somebody. It's not on you. You don't have no plan on that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were single by choice and you still haven't found the right person, I can tell if you found the right person and you remain single, now you single by choice, right? But if you'll be damn asshole or stupid to do that.
For me to come out of my single phase. Like, I haven't met somebody that is actually, checking my boxes and meeting my standards to make me not be single. if that makes sense. Over time, you're also going to have a huge psychological and mindset shift, because if you keep telling yourself, like, I'm not going to keep going on dates with people unless they're actually, like, you know, meeting my standards, or like they're raising the bar for the other people I'm seeing, then you're not going to keep settling for people that you know, might feel something for, you might be attracted to, but they're not actually, you know, meeting you at your needs. It also just brings the power back to you, because even if he doesn't necessarily like you so much from the start, he's going to know that you're in control, okay? Like, you get to decide if you think he's boyfriend material. You get to decide if you want to keep seeing him. Like, if you're single by choice, it's more of who do you want to see and who you don't want to see. That makes sense. Like, no matter what your past situationships have been, no matter how much trauma you've had, stop telling yourself, like, oh my God, like, I don't know, I just have the worst luck in dating. Like, nobody ever seems to like me. Like, nobody I want ever likes me back. Like, switch all of those narratives into believing, like, I just haven't found somebody who has made it worth it for me.
And I think that's another issue too, right? Because a lot of people, we don't really have realistic expectations and stuff like that, especially in society today. A lot of people don't realize what's good in front of them, right? Like I said earlier, it's important to find somebody that actually genuinely care about you, that really rocks with you, or you know what I mean, that's gonna, you know, but that takes time to build. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, they worry about the type, they worry about the lifestyle, they worry about all these fucking energies that fucking come and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy all the different roadblocks people are putting in front of themselves to stop them from being with somebody that's a decent person. Only thing you need to know is somebody that's a decent person. When times get hard, will they run or will they stay? That's the number one thing you got, right? That's what attracted me to my wife, right? When shit got hard, I knew that she was gonna, you know what I mean, try to work shit out. You know what I mean? Because life ain't gonna be easy, especially in a relationship. No, not all the time. You know what I mean? Until y'all get that foundation. Now, once you get a foundation, life gets a lot easier. So you don't have to worry about a lot of the BS and stuff like that, right? You know what I mean? So that's what we have to think about. You know what I mean? If that person's gonna run, because like they say, 72% of women filing for divorce and blah 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 and all this bullshit, right? You know what I mean? When shit got hard, that's what they did. You know what I mean? So if you're a part of that small percentage of women that didn't, you know what I mean, now you know what I mean, now I can see, like, okay, I can work with you. And that's what a lot of guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what up, Marcus? What's up? What's going on, brother? He said, you just proved my point. Women are easily manipulated. Yeah, man. And this is another thing, right? Sometimes you gotta listen to women talk, and sometimes you record them, and then you go and let them listen to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they don't understand how they contradicting themselves. And then now you can pause the video and you can say, hey, baby, when you said this is how you contradict yourself right here. And then you're like, oh, or they still might not get it. And then now that can be a conversation that y'all can have, you know what I mean? That can, you know what I mean? It can be a building block to a better relationship with, especially communication wise, because that's what everybody's doing. You know what I'm saying? So he said, yeah, man, facts. Nothing is easy in life, but having somebody beside you, yeah, man, is good. Exactly, brother. You know what I mean? Appreciate that, man. Hit that like button coming in. Appreciate y'all.
To be in a relationship, okay? Like, I haven't found somebody who's made it worth it for me to not be in my single hot slut girl era. Like, no matter what you've experienced, don't make it all about like the
hot slut girl area. Come on, man. We gotta stop listening to them.
There's something wrong with you that nobody seems to like you, or you haven't been in a relationship yet. Like, you just haven't found somebody that's actually checked all your boxes that made it worth it for you to consider even getting out of your single era, okay? Obviously, I'm saying this as a heterosexual girl because I like guys, but at the same time, it can be for anybody. Like, no matter who you are, whatever, like, take this approach to dating. I promise you're going to see a huge difference in the people you're attracting and the way that they treat you. You know the drill. Let me know your thoughts, and if you use this tactic, thank me later.
Yeah, man, she crazy. All right, well, I got a brother coming in, man, and see what he's talking about.
Single by choice is the biggest lie, because nobody is single by choice. People who say that act like they're turning down 10 out of 10s every 5 minutes.
That's a fucking fact, right? If you turn it down 10 out of 10s all the damn time and stuff like that, or quality people, then now you can say you single by choice. No, but you're not doing that. Hey, appreciate that, brother. Yo, man, that's a fact, man. Come on.
Not the case. You probably just believe that the options you have / people you attract aren't good enough for you. You just don't attract the people that you want to attract. You are not single by choice. You probably aren't your type's type, and that's why it's important to know your lane.
Ooh. This brother sound like he from UK, but god damn, he's spinning fat.
Knowing your lane is critical. My lane, tall black women. That's where I'm wanted. Why would I leave? Because too many people are interested in people who express no interest in their archetype of a person. That's like me being confused why alternative Asian women aren't into me. I'm the opposite of what they like. Basically, choose people that choose you and choose people that you can actually be around. Because some of you want an old money guy, but you don't even have access or would even feel comfortable in the spaces they are in. But yeah.
Exactly. And a lot of them, like the generational gap is crazy with a lot of those relationships, and they just wait on the person and die. I remember one guy, was a story a while back that I read. He married his wife. It was like a big age gap. He married his wife, and then they went on the trip. I think they married in like Dominican Republic or something like that. And then he divorced her right after he married her. And I think they stayed married for like 20, 30 years. And then, you know what I mean, when he was kind of close to, you know what I mean, a lot older, she's trying to file for divorce. And then when the lawyer told him, hey, well, you've been filed for divorce. It should have been over 30 some years ago. That's when the divorce was finalized and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Now he was able to keep all his money, his finances and stuff. And she went, you know what I mean? She didn't get nothing out of the deal. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy how the world is out here.
No one's single by choice, because if I put your ideal person in front of you right now and they only wanted you, you're telling me you're going to look at them in the eye and say, I want to be single.
Facts. Because that's what I hear. I always hear that I don't have the right person. I don't have this, I don't have that, or some shit like bullshit like that. No, it's about force, because you're not finding the person that wants to make you settle down. So that's the only reason why you still single. If you had somebody that was gonna ice you out and all this bullshit that like a lot of these women like to say and all this type of stuff, or people like to say, or they the best woman and stuff like that, that was a virgin, or whatever quality that you had as a man or a woman, you know what I mean, your ass will be off this damn market.
Please. Hey, yo, are you shipwrecked? No, not me. I chose to be here. I chose to be here alone on this island.
Exactly. All right. So we got an older woman. Let's go back to this. This is what they supposed to be. This is what they supposed to be teaching. It said the aged woman likewise said that they be behavior, becoming holiness, not false accusers, not giving them much wine, teaches the good things, that they may teach the younger women to be sober, love their husbands, to love their children. All right, let's hear what she gonna say. Let's see if she does that.
Men can't believe that women are single by choice because men aren't single by choice. They may be finding women to go on dates with, but nothing's sticking. And so they're lashing out at women saying things like, have fun being single or enjoy your cats. Sir, that's the whole point, is that I am having fun being single and I love my cats. And I also love my...
And the sad part about it, they'll get on here and lie. Right? And then the same women will get on here and say black men ain't good. Why you care about what black men or white men or whatever race of men you want to date, good or not, when you want to be single? Right? That's like me talking about shit that's going on in Asia when I'm not even there, or that shit don't got nothing to do with me. If I don't want to be in a relationship, why would I want to talk about the women? I would just do my fucking thing, do my life. I wouldn't make no videos about it because it doesn't matter. I would just live my life. Why the fuck would I make a video about proving to you how I don't want nobody? I just won't fucking want nobody. Come on, man.
Peace of mind, not having to be accountable to somebody who isn't really that interested. He's not interested in me and my life and things that I want and need out of life. He's interested in his own feelings of being alone and being single. And why can't women just do what he needs them to do? As men age alone, it is not good. Ask any hospice nurse or nursing home nurse or even hospital nurses. No one's visiting. And the men are not okay.
That's for anybody, right? And if any old person is there by themselves, it's not a good thing, right? I have people in my family that's older, women and men. It's not good for either sex. But we like to make it seem like older women out here fucking do a triathlons and fucking beating burglars up and shooting weapons and being safe, killing animals and all this type of shit. Like, no, that's not how it is.
But I'm finding that as I age, I am getting happier and happier with myself and my girlfriends and my family.
So you replace the men with your girlfriends, right? So if that's the case, if that's the case, whatever, right? That means you do need somebody. You just replace the man with your girlfriends. So now they became it. I bet you still getting them cheeks clapped. I bet if you asked her when the last time she had somebody, I bet it was 2-3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It says, why are black men making videos about how horrible black women are? Why? Right? So if you want to know the answer to that, because the black men are leaders, correct? If black men are leaders, we have to address the issues. When you want a leader to address an issue that they have with somebody, or would you want a leader just to allow things to go bad? Right? So you would say, you and other women would say that the black men are leaders just to blame them. But when black men are holding women accountable, now it's black men should be doing that. So will we be the leaders, or would you be the leader? If you're going to tell the leader how to do his job, right? If you're the boss, or if you working, or if you over a company and your workers are saying, hey, Travel One, I don't like the way you lead. Are you going to listen to them? Or are you going to say, hey, shut the fuck up? Most likely you're going to say, shut the fuck up. So that's what I think a lot of women should do when it's come to this leadership conversation, right? If you call them black men the leaders, then let us lead. If you don't want us to be the leaders, say that. But you can't come and say, hey, be leaders. And then when men address situations or issues, you say, hey, don't address that issue. That makes you the leader. Just like how you're not in control about if you're in a relationship or not, or a marriage, you're not in control of that either. You know what I mean? That is what it is.
And the idea of having to accommodate a man's insecurities or even securities is just less and less appealing. Us ladies are.
Yeah, man. Chris said they are 85% more older women in nursing homes than men. Yeah, because a lot of men, honestly, when we see women, especially in a bad situation, men don't like that. Like, I don't like to see homeless women. I don't like to see especially a woman with a child or something like that on the street. You know what I mean? Like we have the natural, you know what I mean, the mindset of trying to help them and help them out of the situation, right? Because we're supposed to protect them and things like that. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. You know what I mean? So it's ridiculous, man. We don't want them to be in that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So it says you can't say we are leaders when y'all can't follow. Yeah, man. So he says, well, these so-called black men leaders have no decorum and they are not Christ-like. James already said marriage is the best order, yet some things are not on our divine. I think divine. Yet some things are not of the divine. I would say if black men are saying, hey, I want to marry more black women, right? But y'all need to do X, Y, and Z. You should be happy that men are complaining to women, because that means that they want to get married. If black men are more married than black women, that's an issue, because that means they're going out to other races to get married when we should be married to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a deeper conversation that we need to have with black women. I just showed you what the woman should do. You know what I mean? And I remember on the show a couple of days, I think like a couple of weeks ago, you said that the women are supposed to love their man. Only the man's supposed to love them. You know what I mean? So and it says it right here that the man should the woman should love their husband. You know what I mean? So a lot of the issues come from the church, number one, and then from our lack of understanding of the Bible. You know what I mean? So and Christ he wasn't a soft man. He was an austere man. He wasn't speaking softly to people. You know what I mean? He had a deep voice and he was talking reckless to people. He's talking hard to people. You know what I mean? He called people snakes, a pit of vipers. You know what I'm saying? He called a female dog. If you know what that means. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how we thinking Christ was being all soft and gentle. No, he was hard. So a lot of men are Christ-like, but a lot of the women, they say, hey, I want you to talk to me nicely. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, brother? Cassine say you can never outgrow a man leadership, man. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? We and wives should respect their husbands, but that's not what's going on, especially in today's time, because a lot of the ladies don't understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Like Christ wasn't playing no games. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking all softly to these people like how we think. You know what I'm saying? So we got to have a better understanding of what the scripture is actually saying. And these aged women, they need to be doing what they're supposed to do, and they should be teaching their young women how to be sober, to love their husbands, and to love their children. And that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? And this is another scripture I want to lay on them. This is what a lot of our sisters are not doing, and then our brothers need to adopt this too when we're talking with each other. It says a soft answer turns away wrath, but the grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise useful knowledge upright. It says, but the mouth of the fools pour out foolishness. So a soft answer turns away wrath. You know what I mean? It's certain situations that I be in where somebody can come off disrespectful, but I was like, hey, bro, you know, my bad. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. And then they be like, man, I'm sorry, bro. I ain't mean to come at you like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't much know. I'm tripping. You know what I mean? But if I would have came back hard at the person, then now it's on. Now we fight, and then now one of us going to jail or both of us going to jail. Now we got to help him up because I knocked his ass out. You know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of shit that we got to think about. You know what I'm saying? Because so we ain't got to do that. It's crazy.
We're getting together. We're growing our friendships. We're doing things. And we're finding that we're happier than we've ever been. And men can absolutely not understand that. They want to be able to do less and less and know that there's a woman there to drive them to the hospital.
And because men see the end from the beginning a lot of times, right? We are real good at seeing the outcome of what a situation is going to be. So we're trying to save you from yourself a lot of the times because we understand how life works, and it is our duty to understand that. So with our leadership abilities, we have to project that, especially like in the company or something like that, we have to project for the future, especially if you know what I mean? So that's why a lot of men be in those leadership positions, because we are real good at that.
Or organize their medications, or just sit around and do whatever it is that they want to do and take up time and space in her life and accommodate him. And I would dare say, especially the men that are just doing a bunch of dating and saying that they're having a great time and nothing is sticking for them. The men that I know that are dating a bunch are looking for a permanent woman. They're not really happy with that lifestyle. Of course, they have to pretend, like that's the dream. But they're looking for the ride or die until they're 80, and they know that that person's going to be there to help them change their diapers.
And it always goes to the extreme case, right? Most men are not doing this. Most men want to find somebody probably their late 30s or before that. You know what I mean? Nobody's waiting to 80 years old to try to find a wife. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody's doing that type of stuff, right? Like I got married. I got married my first marriage at 19, and in my second one, I was like around 25, 26. You know what I mean? And then I've been with her, you know what I mean, this whole time. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my mid 30s now. So it's crazy. Yeah, man. Say she capping big time. Yeah, man. Like men have foresight and women have insight. Exactly. You know what I mean? We seeing like, hey, this is not going to be good for you, right? Like even with some of my family members that are females, and when they're younger, I like to talk to them and say, hey, I'm gonna be looking for a husband, because I don't want to be taking care of you. I don't want to have a situation where I'm trying to find a husband for you. I want you to find that yourself, because now you're gonna have more options when you're younger. I don't want you to wait until you later in age and all these different men have had you and all this type of stuff. No, I want you to get with somebody while you're valuable, and then you can build with him and you can trust him better than you can trust somebody else. You know what I mean? So I heard stories, hustle muscles. I heard stories of women leaving their husbands when they get sick or injured. Yeah, man. There's stuff like that happen. I wouldn't say that's the majority, but it does happen. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that we got somebody that's going to be down for us and have the same principles as us.
It's terrifying to them. But me and my girlies and my family, we know that we'll show up for each other, because there's no expectation that we're going to change or that there's anything wrong with us. We're just doing what we want to do and enjoying each other's time and space. No one needs to change. But men get their hands on a woman that looks like she might stick around, and immediately he's got a list of things that he's going to need from her. So I say the same.
And that's what I'm saying. We need each other, right? It's gonna be lists of things that you're gonna want him to pay the bills. You're gonna want him to protect you if something happened. You're gonna want him to take the trash out. You're gonna want him to cut the grass and make sure your car is taken care of. You're gonna want him to give you wisdom and give advice about certain situations. You're gonna want him to be an emotional box for you. So when you saying you having your emotional day, you can talk to him and he can help solve your situations, or you can vent to him. Right? That's a relationship. You both need each other. And it keeps going back to this, man. It says it's not good for man to be alone. You know what I'm saying? So we need each other. That's why I was created that way. Crazy.
Same thing back to those men. Have fun being single. I happen to love it.
Whatever.
So, over 60% of Gen Z men are single, and intimacy is at a 30-year low across both genders.
So now since the older generation are having all these fucking arguments and all these different things and having all these bad examples, or we're giving these younger generation bad advice, just like we got it from our generation. Now the Gen Z are having a much bigger effect on it, right? So I wanted to touch base on this as well. You know what I'm saying? So let's see.
So if you look at this graph right here, you see about 30% of US adults are single. But if you go to the men age 18 through 29, that goes to 63%. Compared.
So 63% of age 18 to 29 of men. That's crazy. That is a huge amount. I understand 18, 19, 20, to probably like 24. But 63%, that's crazy.
The women in that same age group at 34%. What's going on here? After reading the article, no one fucking knows. They try to personalize it saying men can choose differently, but ultimately it's a societal issue, as the statistics indicate that. Men can do things differently, but if such a large portion of men are training in a certain way, it's a societal issue. But what do y'all think about this?
And this is crazy. And this is the thing that we have to understand, right? You know what I mean? Like I have my oldest son is 13. You know what I'm saying? So in the next probably 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, whatever, he's going to be out of the house and, you know what I mean, trying to find his way in this world. You know what I'm saying? So if 63% of men are single now, young men are single now, imagine how what's the percentage going to be when he gets of age if we don't make changes. Because we can get on here and talk shit and argue all the fucking time, but if we're not actually doing anything about it, you know what I mean? What is it going to do? You're going to say your little piece, I'm going to say my little piece, and then shit don't happen. But we have to think about the consequences of our action, and you got to actually think about it, right? If you want men to lead, you're going to have to take a step back, right? If you want to lead, all right, go ahead and try to lead. Go lead your little small army over here and fucking to disaster, because that's what's been leading to so far. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Do men need to seek relationships at a young age right now, or should they just sit back and focus on themselves? Let me know.
And I will say, hey, young man, find you a good woman at a young age. I will always say that. You know why? Because a lot of the good ones are going to get snatched up quick as hell. When a man find a good woman, he's going to snatch her up and he's going to marry her. You know what I'm saying? So if you can find her before she make a whole bunch of mistakes with a guy that's not as good as you, but or have the same mindset as you, go ahead and do it, man. It's crazy. Yeah, man. Say, I'll try you. Why are you so combative? Yeah, man. I don't get it, man. She said, let's not forget it. Black men are choosing alternate lifestyles, and black women want nothing to do with that. Is a reality. I don't know what alternate lifestyle you talking about. Maybe she talking about the passport bros, or she talking about being other sex. I don't know. That can be anything, I guess. You know, but yeah, man. We gonna have to get to the younger generation as men, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you guys as eyesight. So if you talking to the young brothers, be like, hey, you find you a good one, man, snatch her up, because they ain't out in the streets. And a lot of men will say, hey, don't be like me. I know a lot of brothers will say that. You know what I'm saying? I would say that too. Like, hey, don't make that same mistake I made. You know what I'm saying? I try to help people and tell people my mistakes I made when I was younger age and stuff, because I was married before too as well. And I tell them, like, hey, does she do this? She does this. She does this. Does she respect you? You know what I mean? Because that stuff is very important. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting that, if you're not getting understanding the different dynamics on what's you're gonna get circles ran around you. You know what I mean? Especially as a young man. So you got to think about that stuff. They say the issue is not men. Women are seeking other men who already accomplished their purpose. Yeah, I can see that, man. And but we just got to find the ones that's doing what they're supposed to do and reward them. You know what I mean? So if you find somebody that's like that, or if you had somebody in your past that's like that, hey man, spin the block. Be like, hey, I fucked you over. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta do something to change the narrative and get these people married and stuff like that. Get women married and a lot of because that's how you build wealth. Families build wealth. I'm watching The Last Kingdom and stuff like that on Netflix or whatever, right? It was the kings that was marrying off their daughters and stuff like that, whatever, so they can continue to build the wealth and they can build treaties. The marriages are very important for a lot of different reasons, right? You know what I'm saying? Now my wife has an income, I have an income. You know what I mean? Like now we can actually build, we can actually do something. You know what I'm saying? And we only, in my household, we only live off one income that pays all the bills, and the other income goes to investment or whatever we need to get done. You know what I'm saying? So think about that, man. It's better to two than one. Just tell your woman to get a stay-at-home job. So you good. Said feminist has a lot to do with all this. Yeah, man. And we know what the issue is, right? We just gotta have these type of conversations. And the women that will listen, let's talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them most of the time be married already, so they already know what's up. But we have to, the ones that's not married and then they can comprehend what's going on, that can be the ones that we need to find to get them a husband. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yep. Said it always goes back to the man according to God. Yeah, so that's where y'all gotta listen to us. Right? So when you be on these panels, Travel One, you gotta listen to us. You know what I'm saying? And then now it can be a better and stay on topic if you can. Yeah, man. It says family also builds legacy. Exactly, man. Because and that's what we got to do. We have to make sure we building that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm building mine. I got a couple other brothers I know that's building theirs and different things like that. Like yo, and then now we can come together and build something bigger. That's what a lot of families are doing. I remember it was a family that like I think like how many families was that? Like 10 families in Atlanta that bought a whole bunch of land and stuff like that. I forgot how many families it was, but yeah, man, come on now. He said, but most of young women don't understand that, John. Exactly. So that's why I'm saying. That's why I kept going to this, right? I kept saying that the aged women likewise, that they be in the behavior of holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teaches the good things that they may teach the younger women to be sober-minded, to love their husbands and the children, right? And that's what we got to get them to. You know what I'm saying? What we have to get them to do is understand what the older women role and the younger women got to understand what they're supposed to do, right? So that's what we as the men have to push. Hey, this is what y'all doing right now, but this is what you actually supposed to be doing, right? If you believe the book, this is what you're supposed to be doing. If you don't believe that shit, go out there and you know what I mean, do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't come over here trying to, you know what I mean, get me to pay all the damn bills and all that type of stuff. Don't get over here trying to get my resources because you're in a whole totally different culture. You know what I mean? Follow what that culture is, right? Said feminism isn't going anywhere, and yes, many feminists are married with children, so it's not feminism. Women are having rights, and God made that happen. I wouldn't say so. It's different forms of feminism, right? So honestly, in today's time, we don't need feminism, right? What do you need it for? You already got equal rights. They got laws that make sure people get paid the same for the same jobs or whatever, right? So we don't really need feminism today in situation like that. I can understand, say, yeah, back in the day they did it, but you don't really need that shit today. You know what's it doing right now? What are we not equal, right? I think women got more laws for them now than any women in any history, and they got more laws than men today's time, right? So you don't really need that shit. So I don't know why a lot of the women are still pushing that. And if we really want to talk about it, feminism is for equal rights for men and women. So they should be trying to help with the court laws and and the laws that get men screwed over. So if a child paternity test says it's not his, and then he still has to pay child support, the feminists should be fighting that. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to have a large conversation. You said we still need them, but yeah, man.
Single check. If you're single, heart this.
All right, so it's a single check, right? So a lot of women putting themselves online. So she said she's been single over 2 years, really lacking male attention. Tell me, what would you go on a date with me, right? So these single by choice chicks, she been single for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So is that by choice or force? You know what I mean? Why would a woman that's attractive be single, and then now she's on the line trying to get attention from men? If they saying they don't need men or they don't want to be with nobody, so it's crazy. Yeah, man. So we just gotta do what we're supposed to do. She said, well, if anything, the laws are going to get tougher with that. We talking about the cup. I don't know why would the laws get tougher on that. That always been happening. Abuse always been happening. It's been men and women abusing each other from the beginning of the time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the laws will get stricter because of that one video. But women should be fighting to make the laws equal, right? So if women want us to be the leaders, right, and men are starting to lead, and we trying to take care of the stuff, right? So if y'all feminists got some power, go fight that battle. Or do you just want to fight the battles that's only addressing women? Because if that's the case, that means you are the problem. So that's what we have to think about. We have to change the way we're thinking. A lot of this, we got the red and blue mindset. You know, you basically just a gang member. You got the blood and Crips. You might as well just call y'all a gang, because you're only worried about what your side is doing rather than saying, hey, you know what I mean? Hey, I know you're a blood, but you messing up right now. You know what I'm saying? You doing dirty. You didn't have to, just because you're a Crip, you didn't have to do them like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of these situations where the feminists could have made the situation better for both parties, they are causing more division. So that's what you should do, is go to them and say, hey, I want to make sure that the men are protected too as well. I got brothers, I got a dad. You know what I mean? I don't want them to be screwed over and then be painting all men with a bad brush. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. You know what I mean? So, but that's what we got to do, right? You know what I mean? If we want these relationships that they get better, we have to be in good faith, right? And then a lot of these conversations not being done in good faith. You know what I mean? So that's why we're going to continue to go down this road, this path. But I'm going to continue to talk every week, you know what I mean, on the show. And then make sure, you know what I mean, we show y'all this dynamic of a relationship and a marriage and stuff like that, right? And if you don't fix the issues, it's going to continue to happen. You know what I mean? So a lot of times we got to look at ourselves. I had to look at myself, and I still have to do that even in my marriage. You know what I'm saying? My shit, I'm not perfect. You know, nobody else is, you know, so that's what we got to do. Oh, man. She said the video clearly shows she was scared and not able to overpower him. Black men think women are men. I don't think I think y'all act like men, but I don't think y'all are men. We understand that y'all not. You know what I mean? So, but that's and if you're not men, you got to understand how to talk to a man. Number one. So men don't understand how to talk to other men. We show more respect. Black women don't, right? I don't think any race of women really talk respectfully to their own man, right? So that's one thing that you got to start with and fix. You know what I mean? So, but that's what we got to deal with. You know what I mean? So y'all got to understand that, hey, y'all have a place, we have a role, and we have a place, we have a role, and we have to do it, right? But you have to have a genuine conversation and stuff like that. We can't just be going back and forth over foolishness. Because if I show a video of a black woman hitting a man, would that change anything? Would that change the sentiment of what P. Diddy did? No. We just have bad people, men and women. So that is basically a mute point. So no laws are not going to change for that. So Chris says feminist doesn't have power. Men grant access for women to enter the workplace. Yeah, but I would say, man, in today's time, whatever, the women have the men's ear. So if the women say, "Hey, I want this, I want this, I want this," you know what I mean? A lot of the men probably push back because a lot of those men understand that those laws don't affect them, so they really don't care. But they could get some stuff reversed. You know what I'm saying? That to help men out, because honestly, it really just to break down the middle class and the lower class men. They want to take more resources out for them so they can get richer, right? Because it's really to keep the higher echelon of men in charge. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the ladies don't understand that. But and that's why a lot of them are saying, "Hey, I want a man that's making this type of money," but it's not going to be that many men. It's going to get fewer and fewer in the future because we're not building wealth. We're not able to build wealth because we have they're using the women as a pawn right now. You know what I mean? So it's going to be your best effort to try to get a woman that could cooperate with you so you could build that wealth up, because in the future, how I'm looking at this shit right now, it's going to be hard for people to buy houses. Like in my area, $1 million house is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. That's a dime a dozen. It's $1 million houses everywhere where I live at right now. You know what I mean? So imagine how that shit is going to be in the future if we continue this. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It said, understand, James. Men are to figure out and solve problems. Start doing that, and that's what we're doing, right? But you complain about how when men are start trying to solve problems, you don't like how we try to solve problems. You don't like that we have panels talking about what black women are doing. So so it's kind of like if I say, "Hey, Travel One, I want you to be a better person," right? And then you say, and then you start being a better person, and then I said, "No, I don't want you to be a better person like that. I want you to be a better person like this." You're gonna be like, "Motherfucker, shut up." And that's what a lot of men are gonna tell you. I says that the first feminist movement was created by a white German man back in the 1800s, and it was created for whites to help limit black men from having rights. Damn. God damn. It said no, because women are getting attacked by men and didn't say a word. What? All right, I think you being an AI right now. That don't make no damn sense. It says no, women can't work, but that doesn't mean feminism doesn't have power. It said the Me Too movement was very powerful. Yeah, I see your point on your business, and that got a lot of the powerful men. But two, I can look at it like this, right? If I understand that a lot of people are listening to women, I will use women to get what I want, right? And that's what they do. So they will create a movement and say, "Hey, women, I want y'all to do this. I'm gonna pay you a certain amount of money, and I'm trying to get this top guy off the game because I'm getting tired of his ass, right? So I can be the next top guy." Because when the Harvey Weinstein situation came up, who took his spot? We don't much know who's the person that's now, doing that type of stuff. Bill Cosby was trying to, buy, I think I forgot which company he was trying to buy, and then they got him up out of there real quick. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson got all his what's they call it? When they get their records and stuff like that back. I forgot what they call it, whatever, but he bought his stuff back. Prince got his, and then they got him up out of here. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. But I see your point on your business. Point taken. But if they don't want to, but a lot of these women, man, they don't want these relationships. They single by choice, single for over 2 years. Now she wants some male attention. There's no way you should be single.
Comment where you're from.
There's no way, right? You know what I'm saying? So we have to take more accountability in our actions, right? And men are starting to step up. Listen to them. You know what I mean? Don't try to bash the men that's taking a stand and that's trying to lead. You know what I'm saying? You've been saying that you want this, right? So let it happen. You know what I mean? But hey, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in. You know what I mean? I see you guys next week, man. All the love and support, man. I truly appreciate it, honestly, man. So hopefully more people get involved with these type of videos, because man, I like to have genuine, real conversations. You know what I mean? And we have to put the mirror to ourselves. If I'm saying anything wrong, somebody say something better than me, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. And then I'm gonna make sure I try to get your point. I'm not just gonna want to sit there and argue with you for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So and whenever I think that you saying is right, I'm gonna agree with it. You know what I mean? And that's how we got to have that mindset. And also, you know what I mean, for the brothers and sisters, a soft answer turns away wrath. You know what I mean? That's Proverbs 15. So, you know what I mean, in your week, be thinking about that, man, and continue to be safe. Man. So, all right, man. Appreciate, love y'all, man. Y'all be safe out here. Peace.